are back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 3 of week 2 of Let's Play Rag-a-Muffins. We are continuing. Let's roleplay Rag-a-Muffins. We are. I should make that clear, just in case one day we have the Rag-a-Muffins.
All right, so we're going to pick up our folding table, and
A folding table, is that a crossbreed of a chair and a table?
It's rich.
And if so, where can I buy one?
the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we pick up with a squad car, starting to roll up onto our two would-be thieves, as they realize that they might just have been had. What are they going to do? How are they going to escape? Find out right now.
How many of the things we have are?
You have 2 grenades remaining.
Oh, okay.
We have 2 more remaining?
2
Grenades,
EMP grenades. Yeah.
Right. You mean I have 2?
You have 2 remaining, yeah. And be careful, though. If you start throwing these around willy-nilly, there's a chance that you could end up damaging the electronics.
So,
and also Bleal.
Or
Yeah, if you do it, there's a really high chance you can just insta-kill me with those.
what? Are they coming at us aggressively, or like what?
They're coming at you pseudo-aggressively. Like, they see you as non-violent criminals at the moment, but they do see you as criminals.
Okay. And is there a path that I could run to get away?
Oh, yeah, you can run. The problem is they have a car, so, like, they're faster.
What about narrow
Jump on the wall or
alleyways?
something.
There are plenty of narrow alleyways, but these people are more used to... Well, you actually have a map of Big C, so you actually have a reasonable chance of outwitting them. But,
Wait, do I know the whole sewage system entrance?
well,
many
you
of them are
change the party goal to not being imprisoned.
you can make it temporarily not get sent to jail. But I got a goal for you guys just lined up for as soon as this game ends. But
I
first,
know.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
What do you want to do, Bleal? What is your plan?
So we're going to lose them by going into one of the narrow areas and then immediately slipping into the sewage system and trying to make our way closer to where we parked the car.
Okay.
Or-
Well, you didn't really park the car. You guys kind of took a cab to this location.
Park to the thing. But whatever. Nearest to like a cabbing place, and then we can just immediately escape them because.
Okay. So you're gonna rely on your stealthing abilities to elude them.
No.
Yeah. You want to like just slip away from them
Okay.
though and get into those pipes like a sneaky person.
Huh. Well, I don't know how I could do anything besides die.
Well, you could try running. You can try fighting them.
Again, I'm not good at running. I'm not good at fighting. I'm not good at living.
Figure out if Zombie has a way of like helping you out of the situation then, because this is not a great situation to be in for you, particularly. Zombie.
Well, I could run and save myself.
Like a hero coward.
Can I spend a good fortune point to say that I saw them run into the
You can
alleyway
use
after?
They just run
How about
into
this?
you.
How about this? If it becomes necessary, I'll let you use a GFP to intervene on their behalf. But I want to find out whether or not Zombie actually has a plan that would necessarily. Yeah, because if Zombie has a plan and you don't have to spend the GFP, I don't want to take it from you. So
Linda is annoyed that this robot is tagging along with her and has ruined her excellently planned heist. So she simultaneously executes an excellent plan and takes out her frustrations on the robot by picking up the thing that it dropped as the officers are approaching, hitting it over the head with the thing that it dropped, saying, "Stupid pile of junk," and then like dropping the thing back into the robot's hands, turning to the officers and saying, "Evening, officers, how can I help you?"
Oh my god.
They have their hands down at their sidearms, but they have not drawn them yet. And one of the 2 officers who you're not sure, but it looks like they might be a Chiron woman. Yeah, definitely a big person, no matter whatever they are. Says, we heard a bang in this area.
I don't know what servant robots are called, so
Just
my
your
servitor
robot.
over here,
Okay,
my
sure.
servitor over here, dropped some of the stuff I had it carrying. I apologize for the disturbance.
Roll me your smooth talk and senses.
Can I add to this?
Yeah, you can assist. You can assist.
Okay.
Both of you roll me.
26. Wow.
Well, it would
26,
be
that was really well.
smooth talk.
Yeah, well, the your talkie skill. Roll me your talkie. It's tiki talk skill.
And I don't have a talking skill.
Okay, well, roll it anyway. You're it doesn't matter if you don't succeed on this one. If you succeed, you're gonna give him a bonus. If you don't, then he's just gonna do it on his own.
So I just have to get at least 20 then.
Yeah.
This is very strange. I've rolled 4 dice.
Okay, that's impossible for me to get a 20 because I just got 15.
That's
so.
fine. If you got a 10, you get to roll again.
No, I got a 5.
Okay, never
And
mind.
my roll, I have a 10 in brains.
Okay, that's right. But yeah, if you rolled a 10 and it was still not enough to if you rolled a 10 or 2 10s with a skilled roll, and it wasn't enough to actually make it succeed, the equivalent of exploding 10s is that you get to keep on rolling to at the very least get a minor success. But yeah, you didn't roll 10, so that's fine. But Zombie, what did you get?
26.
26. Okay.
I've been rolling really well.
Yeah, that's a pretty good roll. So the officer, looks over the two of you, and then says, "So you don't know anything about the bang the sound of that mini explosion that went off around this area?"
An explosion? I thought you were talking about the bang from my servitor dropping the equipment. I know nothing about a bang.
No, it was just over in the back there. Something went off, like a little explosion. You sure you didn't hear anything like that?
I don't think so. No, I'm sorry.
Without the cat ears, she couldn't tell.
Nice. Like he looks at the robot and says, "You robot." Oh, sure. She looks at the robot and says, "You robot. You can collaborate your mistress's story."
Doesn't even speak, just shakes the head.
Yeah, like the big Karen lady, you assume, shakes her head. All right, fine. Get on your way.
I don't really know what to say as I depart.
Yeah, just awkwardly.
Sorry,
shuffle
sorry, I couldn't be of more help, officer. And then just walk away.
Sort of waves you off, and she starts walking. She and her partner walk towards the store. You managed to get it.
Now would be a good time for unsafe velocities.
So congratulations, you did manage to avoid getting arrested. And you do make it back to the store. Unfortunately, you're going to have to sit on your loot for now, because even though you didn't get caught, it's too hot for you to currently sell this off on the black market, but you will be able to sell this in future.
It's fine. I still have additional assets.
Fair enough. So you all meet up back at the ship. Full day. And fixed up pretty nicely. And you'll have a chance to meet up and kind of discuss whatever you want to before the end of the day. But you've all completed a reasonably successful little day in Bigsy.
Some more boring than others, it seems.
Some of you almost got arrested. Some of you just bought some piece of equipment. Some of you did some painting. Some of you did some repairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good talk, everyone. No, joking.
All right, yeah. So like, if no one actually has anything they want to say or like talk about, we can just move into the next day.
I'm
Sure.
good.
Okay. So
Actually, Colonel,
Yep.
did your character want to bring up the fact that it knows that my character is a scion at this point, or did you want to say that for later?
Not at the moment. That's probably going to be an in-office sort of talk. Though, probably, frankly, Raphael is going to be in his office and doing paperwork.
Now, what's your character's name again, Graham?
Red.
Red.
Though, depending on how
Red-
strict you are about using,
No, I was gonna make a thing. Now, Red, you know we have a don't ask, don't tell policy here, and
oh damn.
Okay, that was it.
Okay,
I'm not-
fair enough.
You okay? I'm glad there was awkward silence.
Okay, yeah, but so all right.
I was
Have you ever
expecting-
tried not being psionic?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Well, once you find a good gun, you'll settle down and stop using that fancy magic.
Nice.
I mean, if you're really kinky, maybe it's going to be a knife, something like that. But you know,
Okay, so the night settles over the planet. You guys mostly because Big Z is one of the bigger planets to like operate out of. Like most ships in this area, kind of set their ship clocks by Big Z time. So you're not super unused to this being around the time that you'd go to sleep. Also, you kind of had been setting your time forward.
I don't sleep.
Part of the plan. Okay, fair enough. You don't sleep, obviously, but like the rest of you, like you set the ship time knowing that you would have to be coming over to this particular part of the planet, so you've been sleeping by the time. So when night falls over Big Z, you don't have any sort of jet lag about the fact that you're sleeping around the same time as the night on this planet.
During
On
the
this part
night,
of the planet.
oh yeah, during the night, can I take a look at all the electronics that we stole?
Yeah, you can look over it. One of them is broken, but
Well, I want to make out what they are.
oh, you want to make out with them? No, I know.
Oh, that's easy. No.
No,
One of them is the broken one a let's say a broken ice cream machine.
no, okay. I was gonna say the forward one, the one the really expensive one, the one that he was that Zombie Cam was trying to get specifically. That's an ice cream machine maker. It's an ice cream maker. It's a really nice one too. It even comes with its own limited AI to help. It's like a server.
Oh my god.
It's really nice. It's a beautiful machine. There are other in addition to those, there is the broken one is just a
Who cares about the broken one at this point? This is an ice cream machine.
Yeah, no, it's a nice ice cream machine.
It's very sleek
Yeah, it's very sleek.
ice
very
cream
shiny.
machine.
It's got a chrome finish, very very shiny. It's pretty good. It's pretty nice.
I'm trying to find an image right now.
So you find this rather very pretty ice cream machine. It's the expensive one. It's the one that you kind of did all this to try and get your hands on in the first place. But damn, that's a fine ice cream maker.
Sexy.
You could make some real ice cream out of this thing. But yeah, okay. So well, you find that stuff. And then So anyone else have anything they want to do before I finally turn the clock over to the next day?
I'm good.
I'm okay.
All right. Well then, finally the day gives way to night. Night gives way to day, and we find ourselves once again on the beautiful and sleek Big Z morning. You've actually overnight, Belil, Kaufman managed to actually get the thing working, and it's you got it set up and ready to go, and it's chatting amicably with you.
Oh yeah, this is what I imagined it's like.
I'm not gonna be able to play the video until.
I know.
But like, yeah, I know Old World Blues. I know that like for sure.
Not Old World Blues. What you talking about? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's
Shit.
Old World Blues. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh.
But yeah, so it's like so you get up bright and early. You guys are like eating your breakfast and stuff when suddenly Bob the subordinate comes in and is like, boss, there's something you should see.
What is it? Get up.
Yeah,
Walk with him.
He
Linda
shows you,
immediately recognizes that if Bob is concerned, there must be something wrong. So she gets up and also follows.
Yeah, he seems appreciative that the two most confident and respectable people on the ship are kind of check this out. But he's
The
like,
Christian will follow, thinking that it's like a ship error and that she could repair it.
That's totally fair.
I'm
Like,
gonna stay with the ice cream machine.
fair enough. The other subordinates are actually already like basically. I almost imagine it being sort of like the fucking not the minions from the Minions Despicable Me thing, but like the minions from
The Overlord.
the Extacles from Frisky Dingo. Like all these minions are sort of, or like the minions from Venture Brothers, are all just sort of sitting around in this big old room as you enter. And they're all watching a television, well, like a view telescreen hollow thing, sci-fi TV, old tiny
Space
black and white sci-fi TV.
Oh boy.
But there's a news footage. Of
well, you turn it off from the Bigsy bandstand and you turn on to a different thing.
like world of Bigsy, like news of Bigsy. And there's like a grainy footage of a burning building. And saying like, we are reporting live from the scene of the recent attack, where it appears that some sort of assassination attempt against a member of the Norsco company has devastated several floors of a high-rise hotel building.
Lovely.
Didn't call McCready back. What a son.
Yeah. Then like it's you see a reporter talking into the camera, and they're saying, early in the morning, a massive explosion rocked the I didn't actually name this hotel. The Gold
The
Gold Tulip.
Hotel.
The Gold Tulip Hotel, as a bomb believed to be of Atlas origin, detonated, destroying several floors, doing intense damage to the building's infrastructure itself, very nearly causing it to collapse into Bigsby proper, which would have cost potentially thousands of lives. The intended target is still somewhat unclear. However, it is believed that the center of the explosion was the room of Norsco employee named Franklin Amstead.
Yep.
They show the picture of the same guy who you saw earlier, who you met with earlier. Security footage from earlier in the day reports that has leaked, showing the potential assassins, and you suddenly get footage of all of you with the suitcase that you delivered.
Oh no.
Norsco Security is currently, investigating these potential assassins. For their
Wait a
possible
minute.
connections to Atlas Corporation.
Wait, hold on. Wait, how high up? Oh, holy shit!
Then they show a picture of your very famous
Hold on.
ship that was very famously was of Atlas design.
No. Here's what we got to do, right?
Yeah.
We got to claim the bounties on this guy's head,
What?
and then we become assassins.
You're claiming the bounties on yourself?
No.
No,
On
on
the person
Franklin.
that ended up this person who died, and then we claimed the thing as if we were actual assassins, and then we'll be hired by.
Well, you're going to
other
check in with the
agents.
Assassins Union to find out whether or not there was actually a bounty on this guy.
Well,
Or
if he's
Franklin actually
if he's high
died.
enough up in Norse, he definitely will have.
He
at least
definitely
one.
would be, but like someone would want to, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the Assassins Union actually like okayed the bounty.
Yeah, but we can still join.
You might actually have trouble. Like they don't much care for people like like going behind the Union's back. Scavs tend to end up dead.
Oh.
But there's a chance, if someone really wanted this guy dead, they might have been like a legit contract on him. But you'll have to figure that out. Because they're like the report is saying, like this Atlas ship, like a ship like coming out of Atlas space, of clear Atlas design, was seen entering Big Z earlier on in the day, and believed that this robot, and it certainly shows a picture of you, Boyle, of Kaufman. It was actually housing a dangerous AI from the Atlas, from like Atlas itself. These dangerous terrorists and assassins are considered to be armed and extremely dangerous. There's also reports that they may have also engaged in petty larceny and theft. It shows that
We go from assassination to petty.
to petty theft.
larceny and
It
theft.
shows the inside of the store. It's like we do not at this time understand why these highly trained assassins have also been engaged in a petty crime spree. But citizens of Big Z, from the very highest to the very lowest, are warned to be wary of these unpredictable killers.
God damn it, I made friends with the other fucking captains. So they know my face. Though they might be nice. Well, let's see if anything is out here, actually.
Yeah,
On our
Kaufman, quick
asses.
check. Do we have a port lock on?
There is Kaufman. You can check quickly and find that there has not been a port lock put on you yet. It looks like this news, like you're actually catching this news as it's airing, and that as much as they know about your ship, they apparently don't know exactly where you landed.
Okay, I'm going to turn to Bob. Bob, are any of the men off ship?
No, sir. They're all on board. We always spend the nights on board.
Warm it up. We're going.
I'm going to hide the ice cream machine, and then I'm going to put my body next to it and upload myself into the ship.
Okay. The
You're
ice cream
hiding
machine's-
the ice cream machine?
Yeah. What?
Okay.
And then I'm hiding myself for the same place so that it looks like I'm cuddling with them.
Oh my
God
goodness.
damn
The
it.
ship.
The ice cream machine's confused, but is appreciative.
That ice
of-
cream machine is worth 4 resource points.
It's worth
It's a really nice ice cream machine.
2,000 pounds of beryllium. Yeah.
Oh, really?
But yeah, so as you take off, you hear like the gate actually opens for you. But as you're leaving, you see yourself being like you can like feel yourself being scanned. Like you can see the scans going over you, and like a very stern like mechanical voice warns, criminal ship. You have been like identified by Big Z security. Power down your engines and prepare to be boarded.
Kaufman, punch it.
Roll
Sure thing.
roll me that good ship operations plus systems.
Okay, so
Plus my
is
intelligence.
Kaufman doing the flying or what?
I would want to do the ship ops because I have good ship ops.
What is your ship ops?
5.
Yeah, I have a ship operations at 4, so.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, the Scav will be doing Lucretia will be powering up the engines. Kaufman, you're going to be in charge of keeping yourselves from being shot down.
Okay.
And I'm warming up the guns.
So it is, what is the role is 2d10.
Your
plus-
skill and the ship's attribute.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the ship's attribute?
For handling, it's 6.
Okay.
Oh, it's
wait.
on the 10
I
that
forgot to
you reroll,
incorporate
right?
my skill. I was like, wow, that's low.
Yeah,
you
add the
just-
skill.
No, that's a 20 in total.
Okay, yeah, that's much better. Okay, yeah, so you
20 in total as well.
Okay, so the ship is powering up. Like you won't have very long to worry about like dodging attacks, which is good because there's a lot of them coming. So luckily for you guys, because again you're going to be like taking off pretty quickly. Like only 2 security patrollers are going to like get into range quickly, but they are like roaring down on you right now.
We have a lot of holes, so...
Okay, well that's good. So what
I
type
have
of
the
defensive
number.
action do you want to use? Since you're powering up the engines, I assume you want to try and use. You're just going to use normal ship flying abouts with Belial as the pilot.
Yeah.
All right, Belial, roll them
Okay.
bones.
Okay. I actually rolled well this time. Every single other time I've had at least 1 1 and then another number next to it.
Nice.
Except for the time that I crit failed, but
Hey, yeah, this time seems to be doing the charm.
And then
What do you
we have handling of 5, right?
get? Yeah.
Yes. No,
That's
I thought it was 6. Yeah, it's 6.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
5 systems.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 6. Okay, then 25.
Okay, that's really good. You barely managed to succeed on that, but yeah. So you managed to like juke as like laser beams scorch past the side of the ship.
Shoot him back.
All right, fire back.
Okay, what is our weapons power?
Our weapon's power is 6.
6. Okay.
And we have -4 because it's plasma cutters.
Well, that sucks. Okay, so that is going to be 20 all told.
20 all told, not too shabby. Let's see if they can beat that. Like you succeeded. Let's find out whether or not they can succeed on defensive action. Oh, goody. No. So okay, you do some damage there.
3d10 plus 6.
Rolling them bones. Ooh, ouch. 3d10 plus 6, huh?
Yep.
Okie dokie. So that is going
rolled
to
a 1 on all
be
of them.
30. 30 all
30.
told.
Damn. Okay, so that's a lot of damage. Now, unfortunately, for you guys, these security patrollers are actually really well armored. But that mining laser, just basically like rent a hole in one of the security, patrollers, and it like visibly like shudders as it.
Ballistic
as it tries
lightsaber to the face.
to- yes, it tries to compensate. So now it's time for you to roll that ship operations for me, Winter. Give me your power. Give me your jump.
11 plus 5, 16.
That total.
Oh wait, plus my skill.
Yeah.
21.
Nice. Okay, barely made it. So, yeah, you like hit a bunch of buttons and stuff. Like the ship kind of jerks and dives as it moves around these laser blasts, and then you like punch it, and space like folds in on itself and then reemerges, and you're out in the you're out in space. They're going to see if they can try and follow you, and they're not going to succeed.
Are they going to be able to follow us? We do have the stealth warp.
Okay, you have stealth warp. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the bonus for that?
Let me go ahead and grab the rules for it.
Yeah, because I think basically they like one of them would have succeeded, but only barely. So I'm pretty sure you guys succeeded on escaping with.
Oh, unless it somehow fixes impossible.
Yeah, in that case, I think you guys got it. But like, yeah, just double check for that for me real fast. But I think
Yeah.
you guys.
Unless
Yeah.
it's fixed with the tracking device, it is impossible to follow.
Okay, in that case, yeah, then you guys literally escape without without being tracked. You kind of had to make a desperate jump, so you're sort of not anywhere exactly right now. You're just out in space.
Yeah, I
But you
just
are
like
safe.
dartboarded it, just there.
Yeah, was there any what we would consider turbulence?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, like there's like plenty of shuddering and shaking.
So yeah, there's going to be a call from the workshop, or essentially wherever the cargo hold is that I'm fixing my car.
To me.
Bridge? What the hell was that?
That was us not dying.
Well, I mean, I get that, but why did we make a hasty whatever movement that was?
Cargo
That-
bay, do
that
inventory
was
on
a
what we
warning.
have. We might need to be laying low for a while. Call back when you've got that inventory for me. Bridge out. Click.
Fucking hell. Alright, I'm going to do inventory. I'm not sure exactly what skill that is.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to do a skill for it. Basically, you guys have food, you guys have supplies, you guys got gas. You don't have enough for a very long-term stay out in the expanse, but you have enough that you are not going to starve anytime soon. All around the ship, there's a lot of nervous energy as people, as like subordinates are, right about.
I don't need food, Luigi.
Oh boy. Your loyal subordinates though are like currently like just trying to like run numbers, check like systems, like look at all this stuff and are like, the hell's going on? What happened? Oh my god! What the hell? Yeah, this is a shocking development for everybody.
Lucretia is helping like with all the numbers, finding a close, safe place to go.
Yeah, there's plenty of colonies you can go to. Chances are once you get out a little bit, you can find plenty of places where you can lie low, from Norse Coast specifically. But if you want to, avoid having a massive bounty put on your heads, you're going to need to try and solve your problem rather than just get away from it.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I went for Rig Titus Bank.
Yeah, no, that is the one nice thing is because the Rig Titus don't care. The money that you put in the banks, like all of your money that you put in the banks and stuff, is not going to be frozen by Norsco because they can't.
God, we
touch it.
basically put it into account in Switzerland.
Yeah, unless you are literal direct members of Atlas, or for some reason are members of the Federation, active members of the Federation, your money is all going to all the money that you put into the banks is going to be in the Rig Titus banks, and unless you deliberately fuck with the Rig Titus themselves, no matter what you do in the galaxy, they won't touch
freeze.
your money.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come to the bridge. My torso covered in paint because I was touching up the car.
What color paint?
And-
It's a real question.
It's red,
God.
the dark red of dried blood.
I
Well, I guess
suggest
you're-
providing Red with medical attention.
Sniff,
would
sniff.
give it to
That's
me?
paint.
Yeah.
That's paint, Kaufman.
Yeah, actually, what it was, what's the name of your AI, Defrog?
Atex?
Atex, yeah. Atex, chirps to you, it appears that, our engineer is, that our driver is currently, suffering from severe, paint poisoning.
No, the can was open.
I see. Re-advising my medical diagnostic. I would like to have the brain installed as quickly as possible.
Will do,
So-
Atex. Will do.
So what I heard something about some sort of bounty or something on us.
Apparently, it appears that we may have delivered a bomb for Atlas.
Nobody checked the package.
You couldn't. It was bio-sealed.
Sealed tight, yeah.
And they specifically asked us not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, we would have died.
Yeah.
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 For once,
Well,
you guys not
Linda leans forward. We have no way of knowing that it was actually a bomb.
No, we
Bomb
don't.
could
But it
have been
appears
unrelated.
that way, and that's what everyone's going to assume.
And we were gonna try to fix it from out here, assuming that under the assumption that it was,
Yeah.
because otherwise, in order to fix that, we would have to go back to the place where we just shot at a bunch of people doing their jobs.
No, to be fair though, what Zombie says is actually not only true, but also actually a very good point. Wall, like, obviously, like, it's true that you guys obviously didn't intend to deliver a bomb, and, you know, like, that's obviously, you know, bullshit that you guys are deliberate assassins. You don't know that what
all
you
of my
delivered.
rolls
Yeah.
for the-
Yeah.
Again, all of my rolls to the ship, I forgot to add a +3 to.
Oh
because
shit!
I'm
Well, that
shit.
well, luckily it didn't cost you guys, but yeah, that's a good thing to keep in mind in the future. But
Yeah, this happened last session too.
well, fortunately the ship hasn't gotten
Write
too
a
fucked up.
note.
But yeah. So the thing is, you know, like again, you don't necessarily know if you were betrayed. Like your original Atlas contact may actually, you know, still be in the clear. You don't actually really know like what's gone on with all of this.
I mean, hell, for, you know, maximum confusingness, he could be in the clear to us. However, he has been caught by Atlas, and they used him as a cat's paw to attack Norseco by putting a bomb in the thing that was there, that he had sent to there, but they replaced it with, you know, explosives.
Yeah.
And as
Or
far
it
as
could
we
just be that
know,
Rose McNulty got really, really shitty at the dude.
Yeah, like basically in this particular case, like
there are
a
many
thing to keep in
options.
mind is that like while this whole thing looks relatively cut and dry, you really are actually working with very limited information at this exact moment. Like
We're
there's
going
a
off
lot
an
of-
initial yellow journalism broadcast. Like,
yeah,
that Franklin still could be alive. That was never confirmed. There's
Yeah.
a lot. Could be a ploy. There's many options. So,
Well, as
we
it
need to do something.
as it stands, our priority should be pretty clear. We need to go ahead and clear ourselves. We need
Do
more
you have
information for that.
Yeah. We need more information for that, and also, like, we need a plan of action to start. Like, if you think about it, we can't go back there until it's cleared, which leaves us in a double conundrum. We have no way to review any of the evidence, supporting or otherwise.
Well, it would have been awfully hard to do that with a laser beam through our temporal lobes, but that's beside the point.
I'm agreeing with you on that. What I'm saying is we still can't go back there until it's done.
Yeah.
So what we probably need is an information broker.
That would make the most sense.
You happen to have one. The guy who gave you the mission in the first place. You know, like even if all of this was a setup by, you know, the people who actually employed you, the guy who gave you this job in the first place is a reputable and unbiased, you know, information broker who probably was not behind anything. Like even if everything else was a setup, he legitimately was probably just, you know, the dude who was given like a tip as to a job and, you know, passed it on to you guys.
Fair enough.
Do we know where he's actually located, or have we only dealt with him over VidPhone?
Him you've worked with in person before. Like you met him in person. He is located on Outpost 19 and is, you know, again, he has a reasonable reputation. Like you can be relatively certain that this dude is on the level, or at the very least.
How much influence does Norseco have on Outpost 19?
Norseco has a lot, but Norseco also has no influence over Outpost 19. Like,
Okay.
So,
the
so
Outpost-
influence within, just not like over.
Yeah, like the thing is with Outpost 19 is if you go there undisguised, Norseco will hear about it, but Norseco will not be able to touch you on the station. They will not be able to ambush you as you're leaving the station. They'll just know that you were there and be able to, like, you know, maybe follow like information that they pick up from spying on you there.
Oh, and another thing, Lucretia does have 3 points of disguise. So,
Worth noting.
disguising is an option.
A useful
Cap-
thing. Hmm?
Should we deal with this guy in person?
We'll go ahead and feel him out, but I get the feeling that it's going to have to be a face-to-face.
Yeah. By the way, for the record, the contact on Outpost 19 is Eric Hamlin.
How do you spell his last name?
Hamlin tends to be pretty straight.
Yeah.
I think we can at
H-
least make the
A-
risk to go to
I-
Outpost 19 And if we do need to run, at least we've got the ability to get away clean.
Yeah. And I should also mention, like, Hamlin's a piece of shit. Like, he's not a good guy, but he's an honest guy. Like, so I feel like I should make this clear. Like, I'm not saying that, like, this dude who I'm sending you to is being, like, a really saintly individual who, like, you totally should trust because he's a nice person. Just that, like, you can trust him to be straight with you because it doesn't benefit.
It's good business sense for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
he's a good.
Kind of describes me too.
We should just say that he's a saint though, and then maybe we'll maybe we'll give him some good feels, and then he'll be like, yeah.
You could try, but yeah, like
Too bad my character wouldn't.
Yeah, the thing with this guy is that, like, basically his business is like connecting people to each other, and if he gets the reputation of being someone who will, like, set you up to get, to take the fall for something nasty, that will fuck his business up, like, irreparably. So, you can basically rely on him to be, self-serving enough not to screw you.
Okay. So we have a plan A. Do we have any other ideas for plans B through Z?
Can always start out
We
by
have
terrifying.
McNulty's number.
Have who?
McNulty's number.
That's true.
That's true. I did
no-
keep the card.
But we
Yeah.
don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to give her. We don't want to start opening broadcast to her.
Yeah,
Yet.
Not necessarily,
we're-
but that's a backup
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Kaufman
But-
suggests we should ditch the name on our ship.
You
Honestly,
have something in mind, Kaufman.
We should rename it as well as what is it?
Free
what's
ID
the,
number.
what's the thing that we said? Yeah, the ID number thing.
Well, it'll only
Kaufman
do
suggests. Let me roll a knowledge check to see if Kaufman would know any places where you could just under the table change that of your ship.
Yeah, you guys could probably you guys if you want to roll for it, definitely roll for it, like, to know an exact thing. But, like, going someplace where you can get it changed up is pretty easy. You just go to a colony world where you can find a mechanic who will, like, do that for you. It'll be expensive, and and if you want to do it in such a way where you're losing a drawback, it's going to cost you GFP to get your drawback removed. But, like, you can do it. Like, that won't be too hard.
That's fair.
Nice thing about living out in the Wild West is that even if you piss
Yeah,
off the
that's
federal
17.
government, you're,
If people are, well, couldn't
Okay.
I do it
Yeah.
technically?
yeah, you could also do it. Like, you could actually do it pretty easily. But again,
Yeah.
in order to
It's
change
a
it
drawback,
significantly to
yeah.
the point where, like, you're you're removing the drawback, the XP is going towards the fact that you're basically remodeling major parts of the ship in order to ensure that it doesn't immediately come off as being the same ship, because this ship is famous.
Yeah.
Right.
If-
right? But is this also in a standard Atlas?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
whole-
that's another.
Well, that's what we'd be changing.
That's what you're changing. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
that's what we would change if we got rid of the famous ship quality. Fake ID number would be something separate. That would help us with scanners.
yeah. So basically,
For example, if we had had the whole fake ID number, we could have gotten past the scanners at the port exit
yeah,
and might have been able to get away cleaner.
yeah. The way to think about it for those dorky Star Wars fans of you who I know are in this call at this moment in some cases. Essentially, the way to try and think about, like, the fake ID, like, changing your your famous ship thing, is that right now you're flying the Millennium Falcon. You can rework it so that it looks like the Ebon Hawk, and you'd lose that famous ship quality. But you're doing the type of work to change the Millennium Falcon to look like the Ebon Hawk. Like, it's a big
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah, then we can call it the Lost Basket.
I'm adorable,
Yes!
pleased.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, that's sort of the situation.
That
Or
is
we
an
can call it-
option.
Yeah, we could also call it soft serve and then make ourselves a front for an ice cream company.
Oh my god.
Just an ice cream spaceship.
Yeah.
Lost basket soft serve.
Oh my god.
Aha! See, there you go.
So what is your plan for the short term? Like what is your first?
Outpost 19.
Outpost
Yeah.
19, and I can buy everything to make some reworks to the ship so it looks less recognizable.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, that's pretty easy jump. You fly to Outpost 19, and the outpost itself is, it's nice. It's a nice place to come in. Like its defense is like heavily defended. It's like heavily armored and reinforced, and yet any any low life scumbag out in the rim, knows this place is essentially the closest thing to a safe haven they have, because you do not fuck around with people on Outpost 19 if you don't want to get into some serious shit, and so it is a weird, neutral ground for just about every, scumbag and piece of shit, floating around this part of the rim.
Oh, perfect for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you dock, there's the normal scans and everything, but no one bats an eye at you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you land and the Shamarin, Dockmaster comes over to kind of sign you in, she doesn't even, flinch at, the name on your ship. It's just like, oh, Blade Talon, nasty business in Big Z. And, signs you off, and it's like, there you go.
Quite.
Well, have a nice day.
You too, citizen.
She just sort of nods at you. That's the other nice thing about Outpost 19. People do not give a shit about, people are way less shitty towards Chirons and Scavs out here.
Yeah.
And also Atlas, weirdly enough.
Yeah, Atlas does business on Outpost 19. They don't like doing business on Outpost 19. They don't want to have to do it, but they realize that it's the basically best place for them to actually buy and sell shit. So, Atlas traders frequently dock here.
Yeah. So, once we land, I'm going to turn to the captain. What kind of temperament do you want our broker to be in?
How do you mean?
Well, I can get him scared right off the bat.
What are you thinking?
Look, you're Spec Ops, right?
Yes. Was.
So you've seen... Yeah. So, if I were to tell you that there were ways for me, without saying a word, to terrify people, you'd understand
Let's
that it's
not
possible.
go to that, but keep the option on the table.
Yeah, well, one thing you should do, you should try to keep in mind is, while Outpost 19's laws aren't too strict, part of the reason why it's considered a safe haven is that they don't, have a lot of patience for people, spilling blood on the outpost. And if you, break the rules here, this is an independent station that manages to keep itself, free from the influence of places like Atlas and, Big Z. And it does that by being
Keep net
scary
neutrality
enough.
on Outpost 19.
Yeah. So it's like they do that by being scary enough that those major powers don't want to fuck with them. So going around and being
Please
I
don't.
start shooting people in Outpost 19 is like,
Oh no,
I wanna
I was
kill
talking about the
myself.
mood. There's the mood alteration power, is what I was talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
the
There's
cause
the
fear
fear
thing.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Just again, be aware that doing that a bit, probably they won't get too worked up over. Very obviously be doing that a lot and trying to use that as a free use intimidation power that you think that just as a get out of jail free card. They know what psychic powers are. They will they will pick up if you start using that too often.
Yeah, no, it was just it was an offer for the confrontation.
Yeah.
This is a guy who
Oh no, I
didn't
totally get you.
intentionally
Yeah.
screw us over. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying like be aware, like these powers, while useful, like don't think that like they're free use forever, because like it's entirely possible to abuse these powers and end up getting like punished for it.
Oh, and just as a curious note, is our the session the sessions we didn't record in our playtesting is that group canon?
That group
No.
is semi-canon. Like some of those characters are loosely canon. Like Inga is canon, but she's not the same character exactly. Like some of those characters still exist in this universe, but those that do have been changed fundamentally.
Okay.
Alright. So you don't necessarily assume that any of those people are there in the same way that they were.
Right. Just curious.
Lucretia
Not that my
having,
character would know any of them, but
Yeah.
it was just
Lucretia having some knowledge of Outpost 19 through her travels of trying to earn money for her family, knows the person who has all of that scrap metal, all of that tasty scrap metal, and goes off to meet with them in order to help with a few sketches to start redesigning the ship.
Nice. So you guys managed to get a meeting arranged with Eric actually pretty easily. He seems pretty eager to talk to all of you as well.
We can say that that's like either before or after, etc.
Yeah. We'll deal with that. We'll probably
Later,
deal with that in the next
yeah.
session. We're probably gonna wrap up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get like to about 1 o'clock for some of these people, for poor people. But what happened? What happens is you guys are actually going to be meeting in the wormhole. Is it the wormhole or is it the black hole? I think it's the wormhole. You guys meet up in the bar, like in sort of the famous bar of Outpost 19, where shady business tends to happen, and giant fucking like laser turrets are like mounted on the walls to be incredibly clear that like it doesn't matter who shoots first, both people are going to die.
Woo! Everyone dies.
The solution to the Greedo Han Solo problem: kill both. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, pretty much. And behind the bar, you see the kind of the like for like a bar that is essentially the Mos Eisley's cantina with more defensive guns. The bartender who basically owns this place is a surprisingly mousy.
Wait, if it's a Mos Eisley cantina, does that mean that robots aren't allowed inside?
It's a less racist.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. But
Otherwise, I'd be not allowed.
They serve your kind here.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's like a back wall where it's like all the people who are not allowed in the cantina anymore, and it's like specifically the people who managed to walk out of here alive and still got banned. So it's not as big a wall as you might imagine.
Yeah.
But like there's a wall and the thing at back. There's also a picture. There's like the guy doing like polishing the glasses is a surprisingly mousy like young man with glasses. Behind the bar, there's actually a picture of a lady, with little metal bits on her cheeks that he has pinned up. And as you walk in, he greets you with a small wave. What can I do for you?
I've got a meeting with Eric's last name is
Hamlin's.
with Mr. Hamlin here, and I could use a drink.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's not a problem at all. Hold on. He ducks behind the thing. He pours a few things and slides a drink across the table to you. It's like Mr.
right.
Hamlin actually. Mr. Hamlin actually opened a tab for you already. Limited tab, obviously, but here you go, with his compliments.
Thank you. Take a look at it. Give it a sniff.
Yeah, it's a strong alcoholic beverage of relatively, unremarkable thing. It is also one that the bartender made up himself. It is not like he was given a special beer bottle with like a poison sticker scraped off of it.
We don't need to spend the whole session
Smell
talking
is strong
about
enough
how
to conceal poison.
how this perfectly normal guy poisoned us.
Yeah, no, going to go ahead and drink it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, the
What
bartender.
brand is it? Oh, it's NYC. That's the name of the brand.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, the bartender, he has a good reputation. Like, he's again like he runs a tight shit. He's a straight shooter, and like most of Outpost 19, you don't fuck with him in his bar. You don't get fucked with.
Yeah.
But
Lucretia will just double tap on the
he
bar
actually
to indicate
This is
strength.
Switzerland of the Rim.
Yeah.
And it's Switzerland through superior firepower.
Yeah, basically, this is Switzerland, and this bar is Casablanca. Is like the Casablanca bar. This place is pretty straightforward, even though it's kind of a scum pool. But you guys are all served drinks and are eventually escorted to a table by a robotic server. This is not a free-willed robot, but it is it's just like a pretty straightforward servitor, and it. Goddamn, now you got me saying it. But it leads you to your table and takes your orders for whatever food or drink you want. And after a short while, your contact comes in, and he looks nervous and irritated. Not necessarily at you guys, but just in general. Like, he looks like he hasn't slept well. And as he comes over and sits down across from you all, he looks unhappy. So
Hello, Eric.
I'm gonna reach into my bag, pull out a thing of antidepressants, and slide them across the table.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. He slides it back, and to you, name
Brad?
Raphael.
Raphael. Thank you. To Raphael, he says, "Yeah, nice to see you too. I'm glad you made it off, Big Z."
It was nearer a run than I would have liked.
Yeah,
What happened?
I don't know. The contacts seem pretty straightforward. I've worked with this guy in the past, Jester. Well, fuck, I'm not going to keep his secret if he's, going to, if he even possibly set me up. I don't even know that yet, but, fuck it. His real name is Jasper. He's, it's a middle, he's a nobody on, he's like a relatively higher ranking guy in Atlas Corp, but it's not anyone too special. He usually, deals with a lot of the, prisoner exchanges. That's where I know him from. I, occasionally arrange, buying and selling of, gladiators with him. But he said he wanted out of Atlas and had this whole thing set up. I figured he was on the straight, and he was being straight with me. He usually is, but, then this whole fucking business started.
Do you have any further information on exactly what went down on Big Z?
Here's what I know. I got some suspicions, but this is what I know for certain. The guy who blew up, Franklin Anstead, real piece of shit. Could not have happened to a nicer guy if not for the fact that he screwed us all over when he died. This guy was a fucking asshole. He's a open racist of he hated made basically this is a dude who basically would have been amazing if he was born in Atlas itself. Super human supremacist, super into this notion that Norse Co should be human run only, that Big Z should have stricter laws against non-humans. Just a real piece of work. But I guess it made sense that when someone from Atlas wanted to get out of Atlas, they'd contact him. I don't know why they wanted to kill him. He seems to be kind of their type of people, but I don't know. He was apparently he and Jester or Jasper. I'm not good at again. I don't know why I'm keeping a secret anymore. Jasper, and him had apparently had some sort of communication, though an indirect one, and they arranged this whole deal between the two of them. Get this information in exchange for helping Jasper escape from Atlas Corps. But obviously, that didn't happen. Now, I don't know if Atlas, got involved and tried to, screw up this deal, or if, Jasper himself was, responsible for this. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he isn't as disloyal as he, claimed to be. Maybe he just had a personal thing against, Armstead. I don't know. What I suspect, I don't know this, but I suspect this, is that the two of them had a lot more going on than, either of them was letting on. Like, whether it was a positive or negative relationship, I don't think that they were just going through me when they were, arranging all this. I feel like, the contacting of me and, getting me to hire on you guys was the final stage of a longer-term plan. If it was an anti-Atlas plan, as it seems to have been, maybe Atlas was aware of it from the beginning and was trying to take care of a potential leak. If that's the case, I imagine Jasper's dead. If he's dead, then that's going to be real bad for you guys, because that means that one of your main witnesses is up in smoke. However, Atlas itself is meticulous. They don't really respect the rest of the galaxy that much, and even if they killed off one of their own traitors, chances are they kept records of it. They wouldn't have any reason to cover it up. There's no real gain for Atlas in trying to cover up the truth outside of just keeping face. So if you were somehow, and I'm not saying this is a good idea, but if you were to somehow be able to get into Atlas, you might be able to find actual evidence of what happened. Alternatively, if you're not feeling suicidal, you might want to take another look into that place that you blew up. You did a real number on it, but for whatever reason, there was Jasper had enough influence over that station to get to get his big old package or bomb, whichever it was, under the nose of those mercenaries. Chances are, if Jasper was behind all of this, that those mercenaries were actually working directly for him. That would mean that there's another source of potential incriminating information that could save your hides.
Yeah, makes sense. You gonna be running down further information on this?
You better believe it. It's my neck on the line as well. At the very least, I need to prove that I didn't have anything to do with this setup.
Do me a favor and get after the other potential lines of communication between the two of them, because that could break a lot open.
I'm probably going to do that. I'm real interested. Especially if you guys are going to go after the Atlas side of things, I'm going to be looking to the Norse Code side. I'm not convinced that this wasn't something to do from Norse Code's own direction. It would not be outside of their realm of possibilities that they set this whole thing up. While Atlas may not benefit much from bad publicity, Norse Code definitely benefits from being able to look like martyrs to the universally despised Atlas Corps.
And also taking out one of their human supremacists.
Yeah, they get to take out someone who's bad rep for them, and they get to stick it to Atlas. And let's face it, Norsco and most of the companies on Big Z, they're pretty used to this underhanded cloak and dagger shit. It wouldn't be surprising if they decided that the best way of going about cleaning a house was through a complex and underhanded method like this.
What are your usual ways of getting connected to your to Jasper?
Jasper's, well, normally it's through traders, Atlas traders here. Not traders in the sense of people who are betraying the corporation. I mean, like literal traders, people who buy and trade in goods produced in Atlas and sold here on the station to the wider galaxy. They're a loyal bunch, like really loyal, like kind of crazy drone-like motherfuckers. But one thing they are very good at is delivering data slates, like recordings, briefcases, notes. They are so loyal that they will not look at something if they're ordered not to, and they see it coming from a significantly high ranked source. There's one in particular, a lady named Sinfon or something. Anyway, she worked directly under Jasper, dealt with a lot of the buying and selling of prisoner stuff. She'd often come in with the winners of their games and pick up people to get into the next round. I know that if you give something to her, it will get to Jasper. Now, she won't necessarily always bring anything to you if you ask, because unless Jasper wants something sent to you, she's not going to bring it. But if you give something to her and tell her it's for Jasper, she will deliver it. She will put it through all sorts of scans, so don't think you're going to get anything crazy and deliver a bomb to him or nothing. But
Reverse engineer our plan. Reverse engineer their plans to blow up him.
Yeah, but this lady's crazy. She will blow herself up if she thinks that there's a chance that it could kill him. But if it's safe, if it's just data or whatever, she'll deliver it. Assuming again he's not dead.
Yes, assuming.
Though she would be the first one to know. Likely.
Exactly.
She might also be, if he's dead, she might be looking for a way out because her head would be next on the chopping block for delivering information.
Someone as loyal as that? No.
No, if Jasper was killed, she's loyal to him, but she's also loyal to the state.
What I mean is looking for information.
She might be.
To prove her innocence.
Here's the thing, though. She'd do whatever was necessary for her to, get her head out of the chopping block. But if it came down to a choice of betraying Atlas or laying down and letting the headsman do his job, she would lay down in a second. The people who Atlas trust to go out into the wider galaxy and risk contamination of outside information are the type of people who are so crazy loyal they'd shoot themselves rather than risk betraying Atlas's secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Although, if they did kill somebody who was looking to defect, they might make an example of him.
It wouldn't surprise me. Atlas is crazy. Those people, they value, the people in command, the people down the bottom, they're loyal to a fault. They are nuts. But the people up top, they're not stupid. They understand the value of they understand the danger of letting people kind of get out and around. And even if it literally would not benefit them at all to actually kill someone who's totally loyal, they do it anyway just on the barest chance that maybe, just maybe, it could come back to bite them. To them, human life is far more valuable than any alien, but human life is still very, very cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might put him in the games.
Yeah, too. The people who come out, the people who come out of those games, the Atlas citizens who actually make it out again, those poor bastards very rarely survive. You don't very, very few people who actually came out of Atlas, who came out of the games, who were Atlas citizens originally. The survival rate of people who come out of those things and end up managing to make it in the galaxy is pretty low, and it's basically half of that for the actual citizens.
I might have a plan.
No. Oh.
What do you think, Red?
Scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt? What does that mean?
Military. It's a military term for the rumor mill. If somebody high up has been sentenced to the games or found to be a traitor and killed on the spot, that'll be something running around even out here as a rumor, but only amongst Atlas folk. If we can get one of them, well, inebriated, they might tell us if something like that's happened.
Or
heck, if it's about the games, they might even brag about how they made a bet there.
Or
maybe. No, go ahead.
Or maybe we can use the assets we already have. Looked over at Kaufman.
So, okay. The ship.
plug a Atlas AI
Mm-hmm.
into an Atlas ship,
Mm-hmm.
a wanted. I'm actually this is just my character actually, because she wouldn't say that to this guy
Yeah.
unless does he
Yeah.
already know?
He probably
not.
already know.
Yeah, probably.
Plug a rogue an Atlas AI that is no longer inside Atlas space into an Atlas ship aboard a neutral station.
Well, who says it has to be on the neutral station?
You want
I
to go
think-
to Atlas to do it.
Oh no, in between.
What
no,
I'm
not
hearing-
suicidal.
What I'm hearing is that we're likely to go back to the station that we left in such a mess.
It's very likely.
It does seem to be the natural place for a number of your ideas. He does actually. Himmler actually does mention, by the way, just as in reference to a previously stated idea. If you are looking for someone who survived the Atlas, like a former Atlas civilian who did survive the games and does happen to come here to get drunk, that picture on the wall over there is a girl named McCready. She comes in here every now and then. She's part of a crew, so she isn't on the station all the time. But if you need to talk to someone who came from Atlas, she is in here every so often.
Oh, I was talking about one of the traders.
That was just an earlier comment.
Yeah,
But there are a bunch of them on the station. It's
Yeah.
not hard for me to find one.
Yeah, the traders are easy. If you're looking for
The
someone
traders.
who isn't loyal to Atlas, who's a former Atlas citizen,
Yeah.
that's a little harder. But yeah, if you're looking for hyper loyal Atlas citizens, then the traders are not too hard to find.
Yeah, I'm looking for hyper loyal Atlas traders, so that I can convince them that I am a sympathizer who's thinking of moving there.
Yeah, here's the thing. Again, they're kind of nutso. They're probably not the people you want to talk to, but you know who you could probably talk to? It's the people who just happen to work for Atlas, who happen to be, who happen to think that Atlas is the tops and would be all over any Atlas news, but are also just a bunch of dumbass mercenary rednecks who run a PMC and maybe
true.
a station.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are these the same guys that we killed on the station?
You could end up going and talking to more of Cyclone's
Oh
Oh lord.
no.
they don't exactly like you right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't
Well,
create something
who says it's the same exact people?
Yeah, no, exactly. The PMC is a lot larger than just the people who you personally were shooting at.
Wow.
I asked.
So I can
if
find one of them.
Yeah, well, not here on Outpost 19, but you can definitely, if you're going to that station anyway, if you can sneak onto that station and talk to people without them knowing who you are, you totally can get, all that sort of information you're looking for.
Is the same McCready the one that we saw? Are those the two McCreadys the same McCready, or are they two different McCreadys?
It was
based off the
McNulty who was the one that we saw on.
Biggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
McNulty is the
confusing
McNulty. Yeah, it's both similar names, but no, McNulty is the lady who runs Norsko's gang.
Yeah.
McCready is an Atlas, a traitor in the other sense of the word, who survived the games and
A traitor rather than a trader.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Damn
need
my
to get my
accent.
notes aligned so I don't screw things up.
Yeah, no worries. If it helps, the first names of the two people are a lot more distinctive. It's Catherine McCready and Rose McNulty.
Okay.
Yeah, that helps.
Okay,
you
so at the
recognize
moment,
that name?
Yes.
Oh boy.
at the moment, it looks like our
legacy characters.
likely point of contact is going to be at the station
Yeah.
on the fringe of space. Does anyone else
What
have
we
any
shut up.
ideas or any questions that we want to ask?
No.
Let me
Yeah.
just check.
All right,
Oh
Eric.
no!
try and
Hold
keep-
on, wait. Zombie said yes.
Oh,
Is there anywhere I can fence some
Yes.
pretty basic electronics?
Yeah, but we'll do that at the next session before we actually leave the station. But yeah, you can totally fence it here.
Okay.
All right, Eric, keep us in the loop. We'll work our way out of this yet.
Will do. I hope for both of our sakes that you have more luck on that station than we've had so far.
Don't suppose you want to come along for the ride? Keep mobile.
Sorry, no. I gotta keep I want to keep my head down and my contacts in Norseco active.
Righto.
All right. He shakes your hand, he shakes all of your hands, like one by one, and says, "If you need anything, let me know." And when you're next in the station, the next round of drinks is also on me.
All right, Eric.
And that's where we're going to wrap it for this week. The plot proper begins.
My notes have gotten significantly longer.
Yeah, job number 2, aka like the by the way, this is a noir setting. Did I mention?
Party goal: clear our fucking name.
There you go. Yeah.
I already had this clear our names, but I'm going to change it to clear our fucking names. Cause...
That's probably a good emphasis.
Hey, so
3 exclamation points.
I'm trying to remember good fortune point shit.
Yes, all of you guys who called on the thing, I think all of you called on at least one, so you all get 1 GFP. You all get 1 GFP for working towards your party goal. And like I said before, you all got a point from having completed a job.
Yeah.
And the ship also got a point, and all of your sidekicks and partners got a point for having both from the job and for working towards the party goal.
Yeah, I've been updating that constantly.
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, lots of GFP all around.
Yep.
Okay.
I hope it's.
How do we spend GFP?
There's a lot of ways of doing so. They are in the book. I will, because we are still recording this, and because this is actually something that I feel like is kind of relevant to the whole idea of we're teaching people how to play this role-playing game that I wrote. I'll go over some of it with you right now. Now, keep in mind, while I'm looking this all up, that for those of you with dependents, for those of you who want to prioritize upgrading the ship or your partners or whatever, you can use your GFP to, advance anyone else under you. Like, you can't share GFP with other players, but you can share GFP with your buddies in your ship.
Can I make the ice cream machine my sidekick?
If you want to buy the sidekick quality,
How much does that cost?
I believe that one's 2 points
It's
normally.
five per. It's 5 GFP for quality point.
For a quality point, and you need 2.
So you need 10 GFP to buy
Oh
the
my
ice cream
god,
machine.
Jesus Christ, that's so much.
Well, that's because the ice cream machine would turn into a giant, really quite competent player character.
It would be Sagittarius level to powerful.
If you want, I will let you for free take the ice cream machine as a dependent.
That's fine. Let's do that.
Okay, so I want you to make a dependent sheet for the ice cream machine, and you
All right, good.
add the dependent flaw to your character.
If you want to save some effort, be warned that I am going to sell it tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, tomorrow in game.
That's the thing. If you want to take this as a dependent, you cannot allow him to sell your beloved ice cream machine.
Oh man, isn't it? Oh boy, I can't wait to threaten to blow up the ship.
Oh god.
Or
Don't
just,
blow up the ship over a fucking ice cream machine.
Oh yeah, I'll kill the
It's
entire.
not your ice cream machine. I'm the one that stole it.
I saw it fair and square.
Well, it's not your girlfriend, now is it?
No, it's not. That's a good point.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be anyone's girlfriend. It's an ice cream machine.
Should be a I'm a robot, you dumbass.
All right, improving characters with good fortune points.
Lord, I need to take 15 points.
Okay, so a character can improve themselves over the course of a long-running game by spending GFP on their character. Each expensive GFP improves the character. Improves the character. Should come with a. All right. Well. Yeah, should come with an explanation. I gotta rewrite a whole bunch of this stuff. It's stupidly written. But yeah, there has to be justification for why you're like buying this thing, like why it makes sense in character. If the points are spent after the story, it can be assumed that they're just learned during the downtime between stories. Obviously, that's not the case right now, even though you technically are between jobs, or were between jobs very briefly. There should be some sort of in-game explanation, blah, 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 blah. Improving attributes. Attributes cost 5 GFP plus the number the character is trying to raise their attribute to. So raising brains from 5 to 6 would cost 11. You can raise them over 10, but it's more expensive. Improving skills. Skills can be increased at the cost of the level the character is trying to raise their point to, or 5 points for level 1. So brawling from level 1 to level 2 would cost 2 points, so it's much cheaper. Improving qualities, removing flaws. It costs 5 GFP per
Quality
point. Yeah.
So yeah, I took the ships plus Sagittarius's for 5 GFP because it was a -1 drawback for.
Can we take a major flaw for the ship?
For the room. One.
Normally no, but like explain why and the justification for it.
I would like to take unhelpful AI.
That would be if there's another character who is that you have another AI who is also unhelpful. You just happen to have that for free because of your player.
What do you mean I'm helpful? Fuck you. It's just because you're a loser who tries to steal everything you look at.
Who saved your life?
You caused me to be in this situation.
No, I didn't. You're the one that chose to help take stuff.
You're the one who tried to steal.
Walked away.
You're the one.
But remember, this is your girlfriend.
I love the fact that it's literally someone going like, "You motherfucker! You're trying to sell my girlfriend." Like I got the girl. Like I tapped her in the first place. She's literally something that I own. You only own her because you stole it. Well, I saved your life. You saved my life from the danger that it was put in when you stole an ice cream machine. And you're so ungrateful. And you're just gonna keep bringing that up, aren't you? It's like you're both so like this is such a morally stupid. Like this is a morally gray situation, but only because both of you are so stupid and amoral.
What do you mean I'm amoral? I have morals.
So, what's the resource points for just like all, and I do mean all of the headache medicine? Because Raphael needs it.
You can spend a resource point and just have all of the headache medicine. Like 500 British pounds worth of
that might last us a week.
You know what the sad thing is? When you really think about how fucking expensive prescription drugs are,
yeah,
that's cheap.
Yeah. God, that's depressing. But anyway, I hope all of you don't need headache medication and that you are continuing to enjoy our little sci-fi noir. Join us next time, not next week. Next week we are going to be doing a whole new game, The City of Mobius, run by Belial. That's going to be pretty cool. But join us the week after that for when they return to when they spend some stolen goods, argue over an ice cream machine, and continue to look deeper into this convoluted mess they have managed to find themselves entangled in.
Woo!
Till then, take care. Enjoy the game.